Hello and welcome back to Pendor, and we're attempting to fight a couple of Salian vassals. It's been quite some time in game here because I've actually been attempting to try to become a little bit stronger. And I'm not talking about my own character or even my own army. What I'm saying is basically trying to increase my renown, increase my money situation. Because here's the thing. If we do decide to do something drastic, and I'm talking about, you know, not being a vassal, no, not being a mercenary anymore, then we are inevitably going to lose a huge amount of income from my mercenary wages. That is one of the biggest reasons why I haven't actually decided to leave the mercenary work at the moment, because it literally just doesn't make sense. It's just such a huge boon for us at the moment that it kind of, it's a bit of a pickle to be in. So that's the reason why I'm kind of being a bit hesitant about that, but also because I have not received any opportunity, and that's, I think, mostly the problem. Because you know me, usually I'm not really going to care too much if I have 50,000 or 500,000. I will just do whatever is necessary to be done at the time to have the maximum amount of exposure when it comes to getting our faction started, you know? Getting our faction started, getting the whole ball rolling, as it were, and having that be a thing, you know? Because obviously if you take into account the fact that we do need to, no longer be a mercenary, which is obviously going to be a bit irritating to do, because I think we have to... Actually, not sure if we can talk to the guy. I don't know whether we can talk to the guy and say, hey, I don't want to be a mercenary anymore. You know, I'm not sure whether that's actually a thing that we can do. Because here's the thing, if I do remain a mercenary and then we decide to besiege something and then capture it, obviously that's not going to work. They just completely... they don't allow you to do that. I mean, yeah, you can besiege things if you want to. You can definitely besiege things. But unfortunately, as a result of this, you can't actually do anything else. You can't be awarded it, suffice it to say, because obviously you're not a vassal. So obviously you can't be awarded it. And as far as I'm aware, you also are not allowed to... I don't think it will, you know, convert over to your own faction either. So... it's neither here nor there, really, because we have absolutely just obliterated this Salian vassal. Now, the main reason why we're actually doing this right here is because I want to try to weaken them. And that's it. I just literally want to try and weaken them as much as we possibly can. Because if I can weaken them in a significant fashion, or in a fashion that is decent-ish, then maybe we can get the Empire to come over here and actually be somewhat useful. Because in the time that I have taken off screen, it's been about a month. I have actually, I did the, by the way, don't worry about the date, I did do the Noldor tournament, and I got a champion, where is it? Did I put it in, oh, I must have put it in my stash, in my hideout. But yeah, don't worry, I did do the tournament at the Noldor castle. I won it. It was a bit tough this time around, because they gave me some really weird, team compositions and stuff like that, but it wasn't out of the realm of possibility for me to win it, so I did. And well, then we had a situation on our hands, because they gave me a gold leaf warhorse. Yes, a gold leaf warhorse. And if you know that, well, it's basically this, but the champion variant. It's not even the best one, which is really sad. I would have loved to have like a champion spirit horse or something like that. I think that would have been amazing. But obviously, no, they didn't want to give me that. Or, you know, even just giving me a Qualis gem. You know, they didn't want to give me a Qualis gem either, which is obviously very sad. Okay, so what's actually going on here? There seems to be something going on in this area. Oh, Duke Brenus. I do not like him one bit. Duke Brenus is usually a huge scoundrel to us whenever we've played. So yeah, I'm gonna hopefully be able to do something to him. Oh, what's actually going on with him right now? What is going on with these guys? Look at them. They're just all charging. They're just all charging at us. What's going on with him? Okay, well, I have no idea, but we're apparently slaughtering them pretty easily, mind you. Well, not my forces, but I'm actually doing some pretty decent damage here. Oh yeah, I sent off Lethal Durin, by the way, and he came back with a bunch of Noldor troops. So I'm actually really pleased about that. Obviously, I tried to be strategic in sending him out, because I didn't want to send him out beforehand, because, you know, there were a bunch of reasons why not. You know, I didn't want to get the units that he brought back killed too easily. I didn't want to put them into situations where we could potentially lose them. I mean, funnily enough, we could just lose them in a random battle just like this one, but, you know, it's probably a pretty good idea to just be a bit cautious when, you know, in handling Noldor, because they are very rare to come across most of the time, and generally because I don't have an overwhelming amount of Qualis gems to spare at the moment, it's you know, it's a little bit chancy, you know, a little bit chancy to do that, because you really don't want to have, you know, a bunch of Noldor just die for nothing. And yeah, so that's the reason why I was generally being a lot more cautious about sending him off than any of the others. But we now have a very significant amount of right to rule. So if we do create our own faction, which I'm actually very much looking into right now, and I'm thinking that maybe what we'll do, not sure if this is going to work, but I'm thinking that what we'll do is we will leave being a mercenary, of course, as you might expect. You know, we have to do that. So we'll leave being a mercenary, and then I will go over to one of the castles nearby, and I'm not sure which castle to go for right now. Oh, he actually escaped. I'm really surprised that he escaped. Usually we've been able to capture most of them, surprisingly enough. Anyway, I gained some honor for letting this guy go, which I don't really care. I actually would have liked to... I don't know. Actually, does it matter? No, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Anyway, let's just take a couple of these guys. Take some of the Empire cavalry, even though they're not particularly good. And yeah, okay, so what else do we have going on here? We have Duke Alamar attacking one of these guys, and then we have a bunch of people coming in from over here. Now, as far as I'm aware, the Salian kingdom has actually captured a bunch of Empire vassals, and I'm actually thinking, you know what, can we fight that guy? Yes, we can. Ooh, this is perfect. Hello. What did Lethal Durin just say there? Did he say something? He actually said something. I don't even realize that he said something right there, but oh well, never mind. Doesn't really matter too much, because this is a very, very small battlefield. We are just going to get this over and done with really, really quickly here. And we can do massive damage with our two-handed now as well, by the way. I'm not entirely sure why my damage has increased. I guess it's because of my horse. My horse is really making a huge difference, you know, with the enhanced speed bonuses and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's really making a huge difference, I guess. But yeah. So anyway, apart from that, I'm thinking Valor Shield Castle or White Stag Castle. Both of them are obviously going to be pretty lightly garrisoned in comparison to a town, obviously. You know, that's just how it's generally going to be. But you know what's actually quite funny? My main plan was to actually become a vassal. And, you know, a vassal of someone's. Maybe I should just leave the Empire and try to become a mercenary or a vassal of someone else's, and then just see what happens. Because I'm still thinking that maybe it's nothing to do with the right to rule, and maybe it's to do with the fact that we actually attacked a couple of the Empire vassals. But obviously someone said that it is due to me having too much right to rule. So, you know, I've never ever seen that happen before, so I'm really surprised. But who knows? Well, maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll give it a go or something like that. But yeah, anyway, basically what I'm doing here is just to release this guy, just to get him, you know, freed as best he can. And you can see here we're going to gain some relation with them, going to gain some honor and all that stuff. I don't really care about freeing them in general, but it is going to make a big difference to our overall ability to potentially capture something. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe that's a good idea. We're going to take some of these maiden cavalry right here. Oh, these Radiant Cross Plague Wardens. Hello there, sir. All right. Yeah, I'm actually not entirely sure. Shadow Hunters. I don't know how good those guys actually are. But let's actually just have a look and see if there's anything else here that I can get rid of. These Melitene Archers. I mean, they do become horse archers in general, which is, in my opinion, really, really good. Got some of these fellows. Heavy skirmishes. I guess we can get rid of a couple of those. Let's get rid of 3, and then we'll take the 2 Plague Wardens and the Maiden Cavalry, even though the Empire Immortals are pretty good. I am not really looking for those right now. And we're just going to move on. There we go. Alright, so technically I could go and help out this Empire fellow, but I don't think I'm actually going to do that right now. And we're just going to move on to Ethos right here. And Marius Imperator is giving some things to other people, which is to be expected, of course. And, oh yeah, someone actually gave me some potentially harrowing news. So, you know how I'm trying to find the Red Brotherhood hideout, right? Yeah, I've been obviously trying to find that for, well, basically the entire time that we've been playing. And it could very well be, I'm actually gonna... Wait a minute. Do I have enough space? Of course I do. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, I don't have enough space, so we're gonna have to do something about this. I guess we'll just get rid of one of these. And I'm basically just getting her for the right to rule. And that is it. Please do not waste any more of my time. I literally just spoke to you for like 1 second. Okay, well, whatever the case. There we go. But yeah, okay, so the harrowing news. It could very well be that because I skipped through the dialogue, I'm not sure if this is really going to be the case, because as far as I'm aware, you do have to pay 200 dinars for the map. And as far as I'm aware, I haven't done that yet. The only time I've done that is when they've given me clues about the chests in Valenbray and Rain. So yeah, but it could very well be that the actual hideout has already been discovered by me, and I just can't see it because it is not shown on the map as far as I'm aware, or at least someone told me that it's not shown on the map, and I'm not sure whether that's been changed, because as far as I'm aware, I thought that they actually told you that it is, or they did show you in previous versions. So it could very well be that they've changed that in this version, because I haven't played this one before, so I don't know. Maybe they've changed it. Who knows? But yeah, Brother Randolph, do you have anything? No, I bought all his books, of course. There's the slave trader fellow as well. Alright, so yeah. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Valashield Castle and White Stag Castle, and I'm going to see if we can maybe do something there, because obviously I'm still a mercenary right now. Not sure if we're going to... probably not going to fight that. But yeah, I'm actually kind of hoping, or I was kind of hoping, that Sarlian or the Empire would do something to help us out. And I'm talking about if they were to take one of these things. I don't really care who takes it, but as long as one person takes it, or one of the factions takes it, then I'm going to be able to go in there really, really easily and take it from them. And I'm thinking that maybe this one is probably going to be the easiest for us to take, because as you can see, they literally just have some light infantry, they've got some militia, they've got some skirmishers, levy skirmishers actually, in all intents and purposes, not going to be that particularly useful. They do, however, have some Shadow Legion Centurions, and they also have some other Shadow Legion units, as well as some Radiant Cross Plague Wardens, which are of course going to be quite annoying to deal with. So that's obviously a bit of a problem. Anyway, we're going to actually increase Julia's... Well, I actually have no idea. I guess Weapon Master. I guess that seems to be a relatively decent thing for her. And what about Anson as well? Well, obviously we want to get him some more charisma here. Get him some more Iron Flesh. Might as well. And we're just going to randomly, increase his proficiencies. He's not actually meant to be an absolutely astounding warrior. He is mostly meant to just lead troops. That's all I want him to do. But yeah, okay. So I think what I'm actually going to do is we'll probably just wait for some time. Actually, we may fight this guy. We've got 2 people here. Duke Alamar wants to fight me for certain. Yeah, I know you do. I know you do, sir. You have 17 ranges of the Clarion Call. That is actually very, very dangerous. Okay, let's have a look-see here. Okay, so we've got 220 against 100. This is mostly because we are in a village. This is very funny, actually, because we're not on horses. Are they on horses? They're not on horses. Okay, this is actually really weird. This is a weird, weird battle to be in. Okay, I'm just going to shoot some of these guys. I have so many arrows, might as well. Can I actually hit something, please? Am I just hitting shields? I guess so, right? I must just be hitting shields. Okay, well, I'm just going to kill this guy. These Sarlian halberdiers have no idea what they're doing. They're just literally running right into me right now, which is really not going to be very, very useful. Just going to tell these guys to charge in now. Tell the infantry to charge in. Tell the cavalry to charge in as well. And I'm just going to get out my Bardiche and go swinging. We're just going to go swinging right in here and try and slash as many enemies as we can get our hands on. Obviously, my townsmen friends are just going to absolutely get obliterated, because that's exactly what they are supposed to do. You know, they're standing on the front lines after all. And there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately, but I can try to do as much damage as possible here. There we go. Take them out. And we can hopefully get this guy dead as well. I really, really do enjoy Warband because it has a lot lower HP values. I think that's really nice, because then you don't have to take as long to kill enemies, and well, vice versa, even though, to be fair, I actually would prefer it if I would stay alive longer. But yeah, the enemy taking a lot quicker to die, or shall we say a lot faster, they die a lot faster, is nice. You know, it means that I can kill them in 1 or 2 hits instead of 4 hits or something like that. So yeah, anyway, 15 renown for that. And we can actually take him prisoner, but I'm going to let him go, because there is no real need to do anything with him right now. There is a moose helmet right there. I actually really like that, but I'm not going to be wearing it for various reasons. And yeah, so as I said, basically what we're going to do is I'm just going to wait here until my mercenary contract is up, and I am hopefully not going to see myself need food. That's going to be a problem. Alright, so we have a massive battle on our hands here. This is a battle against the Kingdom of Sarlian, actually, the actual liege of Sarlian, no less. So King Oric himself, and he has a unique spawn with him. I'm actually not entirely sure. I don't think they have a hero unit that actually comes along with them. They are the Daughters of Persino, and as far as I remember, they are actually quite formidable. So this is maybe going to be a bit of a tough fight for us. However, the Empire has shown themselves to basically be committing a huge number of troops to this, so it is looking quite likely we will be able to achieve victory, but 29 renown and the ability to try and get a pretty significant amount of weapon proficiency is definitely going to be something that I'd like to do. And this is actually quite funny, because I was just walking around here basically. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to wait for my mercenary contract to come up. I'm going to do that after this battle, obviously. And if this battle goes on for too long or whatever, then I'll just have to do it in my off-screen time in between episodes. But let me tell you, I played for 2 hours or 3 hours earlier. I was literally just trying to just get renown, just get money as much as I possibly could. And the only way that I was actually being able to do that, obviously I could do it a number of other ways, but the only way that I was doing it at the time was just going to tournaments, just doing tournaments over and over again, and that was basically it. Not sure if that's the most efficient way. I don't think it is. I have obviously progressed in Pendor a significant amount beforehand, and I've found a number of different ways to be able to increase your renown, but I either don't remember them, or I just think, hey, you know what, 20 renown for completing a tournament that's relatively simple to do is actually a bargain. I think it's actually really good to just go ahead and do those, because most of the time you're very easily going to be able to complete these tournaments as long as you have a decent amount of weapon proficiency. Of course, I'm not saying that the tournaments are easy to begin with, because in my opinion, I don't think they are. I think they're actually pretty tough if you don't have the weapon proficiencies available or the power strike or anything like that. You've seen how difficult that can be at times. And yeah, so those things are obviously going to be a bit of a roadblock. However, if you do manage to complete these tournaments, it's 20 renown every single time. And you're not actually having to look for any bandits. You don't have to really care about any unique spawns attacking you. You can just pretty much just take your time a little bit, and you don't have to be dicey about it. You know, you don't have to be super careful or anything like that. You could just go straight on in to the battle and then just have a grand old time, and that's pretty much it. So that's obviously great, and that's the reason why I'm generally thinking that tournaments are probably the way to go when it comes to farming Renown. There are other ways to do it, of course. Another way to do it is going with a small party, as I've told you this before, but you know, I'm just going over the ways in general that I'm thinking of right now where I can earn some Renown. But basically just going with a small party of a bunch of troops that have cavalry mostly, so that they have horses, and then basically just going and fighting as many bandit parties as possible. So I'm talking about Vanscree Raiders, I think. Vanscree Raiders are probably going to be the best that you can get. Where are my forces, by the way? I only have 14 cavalry on the battlefield. I actually have no idea where they are, even, but yeah, it seems a bit strange to me right now, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, just taking a small contingent of cavalry and fighting some Vanscree Raiders is another way that you can get some easy-ish Renown, because obviously the smaller your party and the greater the enemy's party, the more Renown you're going to get. So if you can take on harder troops or harder enemies, then obviously you're going to have a much greater time in terms of your rewards. But obviously that's not always going to happen, and you're more than likely going to see certain situations where you just cannot go into a battle. And that's kind of why I say, hey, you know what? Just go for the tournament. Because if you just go for the tournament, it's a done deal, pretty much. If you get unlucky, of course, like I have a few times in the past, then a tournament's probably not going to work, not in that particular instance. There are those situations where you go into the tournament, you think to yourself, this is going to be easy pickings, just like getting couch lanced in the face. Yeah, this is going to be easy pickings, and then as soon as you think that, you immediately get ganged up on in the tournament itself, and then you're dead. And that has happened to me multiple times in the past. So the tournament is not really, you know, a surefire thing unless you are obviously really good, or you're just kind of, you know, being very mindful of the fact that enemies can and will gang up on you, even if they are on different teams, if they are given the chance. Anyway, this is obviously a pretty big battle here. I'm probably just going to leave it, to be honest. I kind of wanted to continue getting kills and getting weapon proficiency and so on and so forth, but I'm not really needed here. And 29 Renown, as I say, is that really worth it? Not so much. This, on the other hand, is an entirely different kettle of fish. Now, this is Duke Brenus once again. Actually, hilariously enough, I'm not entirely sure why he's here again, but we apparently just want to meet him a bunch of times. I don't really know why, but yeah, anyway, this is Duke Brenus, and what I found really funny about this is he is in amongst his friendly forces, and they're attempting to take, what is it, Shieldstorm Castle or something like that? I can't remember the name of the castle now, but basically it's a castle on the border of the Noldor forest, and I thought to myself, this seems like a great idea. I would love to be able to, you know, maybe take it back if they have taken it, you know what I mean? So maybe we can be opportunistic about it. Obviously that's very much dependent on a variety of factors, but we're not going to get into those right now. But anyway, the point is, what's currently happening outside of this particular battle is the Salian vassals are being attacked by some Noldor, so some very small Noldor parties. And I am attacking Duke Brenus because he's the only one that didn't go into the battle against the Noldor. He was just standing there, probably attempting to build the siege engines or something like that. I can only assume that to be the case, at least. And yeah, so that's the reason why I'm fighting him and no one else. But it's a bit dicey. That's the reason why I wanted to show you this, because it is very, very close to us potentially getting absolutely murdered 6 ways from Sunday, because if I take too long to do this, or shall we say, if I take too long in the area, then the Noldor will be defeated. There's a very small party of them, as I said, and they are just going to collapse on me. The enemy, the Salians, are just going to collapse on me, so it is going to be a bloodbath if I allow them to do that. And that is literally going to get me captured, defeated, and so on. So we really do not want to have that happen. So if I can, I will be trying to rush off as soon as possible after this. And I was actually kind of hoping that I'd be able to level up again, but it seems to me like leveling up has now become extremely difficult for some reason. I don't know why. We're only level 24 or something like that, and it shouldn't really get super tough until you get to around level 30. At least that's what I recall. Anyway, there we go. We're done. 21 Renown. Super nice and easy. I did actually end up leaving the previous battle because, well, there just isn't really much point for 29 Renown in my opinion. And we're going to just take this guy prisoner. We'll just do this. Another gold bar. Oh, that's actually quite nice. Okay, thank you. And then we'll move on. We'll just take a couple of these, even though I'm not really caring that much about prisoners. But yes, as you can see here, look at that. 740 troops up against the very, very small Noldor party. I'm not going to be able to do anything against that. But I'm actually kind of hoping that the Salian vassals end up taking Shieldstorm Keep. Because if they can do that, we'll have a pretty easy time of actually capturing something. Because if they take it, then what I can do is I can probably take White Stag Castle from the Empire super easily. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe we can do that. Anyway, there's Ithilrandir as well, by the way. He has now appeared once again. He was actually defeated very early on in the series, and we never had an opportunity to speak to him or anything like that. So yeah, it's quite nice to see him there now. But yeah, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to make my way back down to Ethos because I kind of need to wait a little bit longer for a variety of reasons, but mostly because my mercenary contract needs to expire. And I have actually spoken to Marius Imperator as well, by the way, and he cannot do anything about it. He doesn't allow me to join him or anything like that, which is actually, well, not join him, but he doesn't allow me to select that problem and talk to him about it. So that's obviously the big issue there. Anyway, we're just going to do a little bit of auto-resolving against this fellow. He did manage to escape, unfortunately, but that's fine. That's not a problem at all. Ooh, we got a Seer favorite. One of my favorite, yeah, hilariously enough, one of my favorite troops in the game, because they do become Doom Guides. And Doom Guides are absolutely amazing. They are super strong. So that's fun. Anyway, I'm just going to wait here for some time. Alright, so here we go. This is the time that we have been waiting for, and we're going to become free of our bond now. And I'm actually at Elecray right now, as you can see, and it's actually hilarious, the timing of this. And you can see here, we're actually not even losing a huge amount of cash, but please remember, cash in Pendor, you can never have enough of it, okay? You can never have enough cash because you are going to need a massive amount to upgrade your CKO. And that is just, yeah, it's very expensive. Anyway, we're going to join the Noldor tournament and we're going to see what happens here. This is obviously going to be extremely difficult for me. 4 teams with 8 fighters each. Maybe I'll be okay. It very much depends on if I can actually eliminate one of these guys and then just move on to the next round. Oh no. Did I pick a fight with a Twilight Knight? Oh dear. If I did, this might be bad. Oh, Sir Alistair himself! What? Are you serious, sir? Okay, that was funny. Anyway, there we go. We did actually get progression to the next round. Whew. Okay. Thankfully, he wasn't that good at what he did. Whoa, that was a huge lag. Did you see that? I'm not entirely sure if you saw that or whether it was just me. Anyway, that was strange. Warband doesn't usually do that for me, but there you go. Alright, so there we go. We can now go through to the next round. Let's try and see if we can eliminate this. Never mind. Okay, apparently you were just blocking like no one's business. Not entirely sure why you'd want to do that so dramatically, but okay. Okay, now here we go. Okay, we should be fine. Should be fine. No, no, no. Are you serious? Julia, are you, come on now. You cannot do that. You can't do that. Okay, wait a minute. Should I get on the horse? Yeah, I should probably get on the horse, shouldn't I? Okay, let's not get shot here. Let's just try and do a little bit of damage. Oh, wow. Okay, that... never mind, then. Never mind. Okay. Oh, yeah. Actually, really funny thing happened. In my one tournament that I did off screen, I actually had a round where basically it was a free-for-all. Okay, so it was 4 people. And I was against the guy on my left. And then the other 2 were fighting against each other themselves, and they were both archers. And what's really funny is that me and the other guy that I was fighting, we were both like, I don't know, just regular infantry, you know, just like sword and shield kind of deal. And the other guys were shooting at each other. And what's super funny about this is that as I was fighting, I noticed that those 2 both died. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, what actually just happened? And it turns out that they killed each other with the arrows in flight. So they literally killed each other at exactly the same time with the same exact shot, which I thought was amazing. Unfortunately, I didn't get that on camera, but you can kind of get the gist of it, and you understand, you know, exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, there you go. I thought that was actually a really cool moment. Probably something that I've never seen before, I don't think. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyway, this guy's going to be tough. I'm going to have to use speed bonus here a little bit more, so I'm trying to utilize the camera a little bit. There we go. Wow, a Noldor Ranger actually proving to be quite difficult in melee. That's very surprising. Usually the Twilight Knights are the ones that are going to give me the most trouble, but oh well, never mind. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a bit harsh. Maiden Ranger, are you not blocking? Are you not blocking? You don't want to block, you absolute imbecile. She could have easily won that. Yeah, they are super, super strong as well, so very, very surprising there. Is this a two-handed? Nope, this guy's got a shield. Okay, yeah, this is not going to work. I can shoot him in the legs, maybe? No, the hitbox in Warband is not that good, so basically it just randomly, you know, just hits the shield, even though it should be hitting the legs. They definitely refined that in Bannerlord. Okay, here we go. Nice, nice. Okay, we should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah, it's dicey. That's the whole point. Like, you could see how much damage I'm dealing here because my one-handed skill is not very high. But there you go. We did it. Oh, okay, okay. We got some armor. We got some armor, not a Qualis gem. We got 3 pieces. That's actually quite generous of them. And this helmet is actually much better than what I was using before. These gauntlets are much better than what I was using. And these boots. So there you go. They actually just literally upgraded my helmet, my boots, and my gauntlets in just like no time at all. So I'm very, very pleased about that. So I am pleased but not overjoyed. Because let's face it, I would much rather have a Qualis gem, of course. I would much rather have a Qualis gem. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't? It is literally one of the best things you can get. Anyway, yeah, now it is time. Shall we attack White Stag Castle? I think so. Let's try it out, shall we? Well, before we go in and actually declare war against the Empire, we're going to have to do something with Barney's level, because apparently he leveled up. I'm not entirely sure when this happened. Yeah, I have no idea. Anyway, let's see. What do we want to do? Well, we probably want to do intelligence again, right? I feel like we probably want to do intelligence again. And then we're just going to get 2 skill points and put them probably into Iron Flesh. I don't really see anything else here that is actually going to be particularly useful for us. Inventory management might be okay, but not really necessary. So yeah, I'm actually thinking we'll go for... I could go for athletics. Athletics might be kind of useful, but I'm going to just go for 2 points in Iron Flesh. I know. Iron Flesh, okay, to everyone that doesn't know anything about this, Iron Flesh is generally considered to be the least valuable of of all skills, especially in Pendor. In the base game, Iron Flesh gains a little bit of extra value because you're not able to level up your strength as easily. Whereas if you're playing in Pendor, if you have an overwhelming amount of Qualis gems, for example, you can basically just go to the guy that sells you those potions, and you can get an insane amount of strength. And as you can quite clearly tell from the description of strength in the top right corner of the screen, every single point of strength gives you +1 to your hit points. So for example, let's just say that you have, I don't know, 40 strength or something. I actually don't know. Can you get to 40 strength? I guess you can, right? But anyway, let's just say that you have 40 strength. That would mean that I have 19 more HP than I currently have right now. And Iron Flesh, while it is decent in the base game, like I say, because of the fact that you can almost infinitely scale in Pendor, as long as you have the Qualis gems available, it just loses a lot more of its value. So the only reason why I'm doing Iron Flesh right now is because I'm just hoping that that might actually keep me alive a little bit while we're going into the battles coming up. Maybe. I don't know whether it's actually going to make any difference, but we're going to see how that goes. Obviously, Leslie is our engineer. Actually, Alistair is our engineer. And there's Bodis. She's actually come back now. We're going to have to tell her to go away, I believe. Because someone has a problem with her. I think Anson actually has a problem with her, but I don't know whether that is actually the case. Okay, so we're just going to get rid of this. There we go. And I'm just going to fight these farmers. Actually, I'm not going to fight the farmers. I'm just going to do this. There you go. That's done. And now we can go over to White Stag Castle, and we can besiege it straight away. Yay! Look at that. That was super fast, wasn't it? Yeah, super nice and easy. What, that was it? Okay. I'm kind of surprised. I was actually thinking that we were going to have some kind of problem, but apparently we're not, and I can just lead my soldiers in an assault straight away. I was actually thinking that we were going to have so many problems here that I was going to have some big issues actually doing anything, but okay. Very surprising. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the age-old strategy of being an absolute idiot. And I'm talking about, we're literally just going to stand here. We're just going to stand here. We're just going to stand here. I'm just going to leave my forces right about here. Just going to let my ranged troops do their thing. Going to move my cavalry a little bit forward as well. And actually just spread them out a little bit, a little bit too. And that's all we're going to do. We're just going to stand there. And I don't have a shield, which actually makes me into a huge target, but that was kind of the whole point. Because obviously if you take a shield, you're pretty much, well, unkillable most of the time. So I kind of thought it might be more interesting for us to go for a shieldless build this time around. Because most of the time, most people will just go for a shield, and then you'll be, as I say, invincible almost. But yeah, I thought that might be quite fun. Anyway, let me just see here. Can I actually do some damage? Who am I being shot by? Oh, that guy over there. Oh, I see. Can I get him? Yep. Can I get him? Oh, I really hate fighting AI sometimes. Because they literally just, they know where you are. You know, they know where you are absolutely every single second of every single day. And it is very, very frustrating. Anyway, let's move my infantry to the front here. I'm just going to hide behind this wall for the moment. I've got a decent amount of HP still remaining, so I might as well just leverage that as best as I can. So yeah, the construction of the ladders only took me about, what was it? Was it 10 hours or something like that? I didn't even look at the value, so I have no idea how much it actually took me, which is a bit of a problem, because it may have made more sense for me to be like, oh yes, I have this much time, you know, that probably would have been a bit more useful for me to do, but oh well, never mind, I didn't actually do that. Oh well. Okay, let me see if I can actually shoot that guy. Oh nice, we actually hit him. Can we get him? Nope. Can we get him? Yes, nice headshot. Whoa, 197 damage, thank you very much for that. Okay, yeah, so as you can tell, this is pretty much the strategy. If you were really good, then you'd probably try to find a much higher elevation for your forces to stand on. For example, there is a particular castle that I know of that is notorious for that, where there is a literal hill that overlooks the entirety of the castle, including the courtyard and the battlements and everywhere, basically. And so your own forces are just going to rain down every kind of death upon the opponent, and it's extremely satisfying to see that. But at the moment, that's not really necessary for me. And I actually think I'm going to be retreating in a moment. I think I will actually be retreating in a moment. I don't really want to because it kind of... it opens us up to counterattack, and that's not really what I want. Oh, there are enemies nearby. Of course there are. Okay, well, I'm just going to move back here. Hopefully I'm not going to get shot by that guy. And then we're just going to retreat. I'm wounded for 23 hit points. That's fine. We lost a couple of things. Really? They are actually giving... Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they actually changed the retreat system in Pendor. And I'm not a big fan. Let's just say that. I'm not a big fan of it because you are rewarded for basically just being as reckless as possible. And I personally think that that's really, that's a bit dumb. I think that's a bit stupid. I don't think that's a particularly good design decision because it forces the player into committing into a battle that they can't potentially win. I know there's going to be a bunch of people that say that this is completely great, and you're definitely going to say this is amazing. But for me personally, I'm not a big fan of it. It's just generally, I don't think you should really be penalized for making a strategic retreat, if you know what I mean. Because in this case, my archers were out of ammunition, and we need to resupply them. So why shouldn't I just retreat to get my forces some additional arrows? I don't think I should be penalized for that. The only thing I should lose, in my opinion, is a little bit of morale. But even then, me losing morale shouldn't even make any difference because we're not actually retreating. We are literally just about to go back in. It's just giving myself a little bit of extra HP and obviously giving my own, giving my archers some arrows. And that's it. So I don't think I should lose Renown for that. And I don't think I should, pretty much lose anything for it with the exception of just losing a couple of units maybe or something like that. I don't know, but... yeah, as I say, there's bound to be a bunch of people that will agree with the design decision, and that's absolutely fine. You can if you want to, but I just don't think it makes much sense. If if I'm completely retreating, then yeah, sure, okay, fine. If I'm completely retreating, then yeah, take some renown from me. Okay, fine, because that's a bit of a penalty. But if I'm literally just retreating to get some more arrows, I don't see why I should, commit my entire forces to something that is just going to get all of my people killed. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm being absolutely stupid here or not. But for me personally, I just think that doesn't sound like a particularly logical thing to do. Because most commanders, if you think about it, they're probably going to be like, "Oh, archers, you're out of arrows. I should probably retreat and get some more, shouldn't we?" That's the kind of thing that I would think, in a realistic situation they're going to do. I mean, obviously, technically, they're going to have enough arrows or ammunition in general to be able to do whatever, and they're not actually going to have to retreat to resupply. But because of the way Warband works, you don't have the ability to, get arrows beforehand, which is a shame. But obviously that's nothing to do with me, that's just the game engine and the way it works. But funnily enough, I think is it Pendor that does that, or is it a different mod? Because I actually can't remember, but there is an improvement for one of your fiefs that actually provides you with ammunition replenishment every so often, sporadically in a particular siege defense, for example. And I can't remember whether that is Pendor or not. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting to find out. Anyway, we've already eliminated 54. I'm not sure if here's the thing. I am really not sure if we're going to be able to penetrate their defenses here. So that's the reason why I'm kind of hoping that we'll be able to eliminate most of them through our archer supremacy. Because I personally feel like we do have some pretty strong archers. I don't think the enemy is going to have that many strong archers. So we should be okay. I don't know, maybe we're going to be okay if we actually go in. I mean, I've got some pretty decent HP levels this time around. I do have my arrows still remaining too. Don't get shot, please. No. Come on now. Yeah, there we go. Kill that guy. And yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe we will be okay. I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to take that chance. I think we will have to, because there are a couple of vassals nearby, and I'm kind of worried about them actually interrupting my business here, and they will be doing that. Almost certainly doing that. So, are you guys actually out of arrows yet? Yeah, they are. As you can see, they are definitely out of arrows. Okay. I guess we're just going in then, aren't we? Yes, I guess we're just going in. Let's do it. Okay, everyone is going to charge. We do have some Barclay musketeers. They still have ammunition, of course, because their weapons are very, very slow to reload. But I can't really... Oh! That was hilarious. Did you see that guy? He literally got catapulted out there. They didn't like him. They didn't like him. It was about time for him to leave. That was what was going on there. No, he was just jetpacked because he was standing in a weird place. Okay, so this is going to be a... not sure if I'm actually going to... I'm probably not going to live here. Let's just say that. I'm probably not going to live, so don't be surprised if I get killed, okay? This is the reason why my Iron Man Challenge series, I don't even know how I did that now, because I literally did not die once in the entire time playing in that series, up until, I think it was episode 72 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure when, but yeah, it was absolutely crazy. Where's the stairs? Okay, apparently there aren't any stairs over here. Okay. That's not very good. I guess I'm just going to have to shoot. My eyes are doing some weird thing right now where I can't actually see anything. That's great. Alright. It sounds like a personal problem. Yes. Yes, indeed. It is. Okay. Oh, I shot that Shadow Legion Centurion in the face. Very nice indeed. Guardian Empire Knight. There we go. Just going to have to kill a bunch of those. Going to have to get them out the way. Thank you very much. Can they just die, please? I would very much appreciate that. Okay. Wow, we've got even more enemies coming in. Oh, I remember that. You know, I remember that about Warband. Warband is such a clown car. They are such a clown car right here. Because generally, what's funny about this is you think to yourself, oh, they can't have that many more troops. Well, guess again. They've got many more troops where that came from. And that seems to always be the case. It's actually quite funny. Because they only had 280 as far as I'm aware. Right? 280 in their in the garrison. And what's funny about this is I think we already killed, didn't we kill 70 or 60 or something like that? Oh no, I'm getting shot. Where am I getting shot from? Oh, that guy. Okay, I'm gonna have to get around here. There we go. Oh no, that guy's trying to kill me with his thrown weapons. Not a big fan of you, sir. I'm just gonna do a little bit of strafing so that he just misses every single thing. Thank you. Okay. How many does he have? Are you serious? What is this guy? Is he being funny right now? He seems to be he seems to be a bit funny. Anyway, that guy's trying to draw me out of the cover, and this fellow is trying to get me with his thrown weapons. Not a big fan of that, sir, so I will just come up and try to kill you. There we are. And now we're going to have a little bit of a problem, because those Armored Empire crossbowmen are going to be firing at me from behind. They're probably going to kill me really, really easily, so I'm not a big fan of that, but I kind of have to take this chance here because these guys are taking way too long to kill them. And in the end, we need to get done with this. We need to get done with this, because otherwise the Empire Armored Crossbowmen are literally just going to tear us apart in the meantime. We do have some Omen Seekers, by the way. I did actually find some from a ransom broker, and I know they don't have shields, but neither do I, and they are actually pretty good at what they do. They have some decent skills as far as I remember. Got to be a bit careful about these guys. Don't get shot, please. Oh no, that guy up there shot me. Okay, let's kill that guy. Yes, yes, yes. Kill them all. There we are. Nice. Okay, fantastic. Whew. We are actually going to win this, if you can believe it. Because I certainly can't. I thought I was I actually thought I was going to lose. Hilariously enough. I actually thought I was going to lose this. And, you know, I didn't want to say anything, but, you know, I really thought I was going to have some huge, huge problems achieving anything here. But apparently I am very, very lucky. And we are going to be creating our own faction. Oh yeah, we're going to be creating our own faction. I have no idea how much right to rule I even have. As far as I'm aware, if you get, I think it is 40 or 50, then other monarchs will actually see you as a fellow ruler of their lands. But if you have less than that, then they're just going to be like, oh, you're a peasant. You're a peasant, and that is all I am going to teach you. Or, wait, not teach you. What is the word again? That's all I'm gonna treat you. There we go. There we go. Treat you like. Yes, indeed. That's it. That's it. So that is all I'm going to treat you like. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. Oh well. Whatever the case, there you go. We've actually achieved victory. 37 renown. Not that much, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Anyway, yeah, so we've absolutely, completely obliterated only 262. That's actually quite funny. And I managed to kill 44. Lethal Darren killed 18. Pretty nice. And Alyssa was the only one that wanted to pick up anything. And otherwise, I don't even really care about any of this stuff. Do you have some food? No, you don't have any food. Of course you don't. All right. Let's leave. Oh, massive amounts of troops. Okay, this is actually pretty useful for us right now. We're going to need them. We're going to need them. We are really, really going to need them. So I'm going to try to take as many really high-tier troops as I can get my hands on. A bit worried about this, actually. Okay, there we go. That's all I can really do. We've taken White Stag Castle. Yes, I'll take it for myself. There we go. All right, so we're going to appoint someone. I have no idea who to appoint, by the way. I'm probably going to have to appoint a prominent citizen from the area, and then I'm going to have to take a look at people's stats, and then I will, you know, make someone else the person. I think Julia could be a good one. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to appoint a prominent citizen here. What will be the name of your kingdom? Alright, so we're going to be calling it something like the Reformation of Pendor. I'm thinking something like that, maybe. There we go. I'm not entirely sure. Can we even change it after the fact? I don't know. Anyway, this, as you can see, are all the improvements. Wow, this is actually kind of insane. Massive amounts of improvements right there. And we have garrison. We have a garrison now. So what we should probably do is we should place these forces in there. And let me actually just have a quick look. Do we have anything else? No, not really. No, we're just going to leave it like that, I guess. Okay, so we're just going to wait here for some time. Oh, hello. Okay, wait a minute. What do we got going on here? So, as you can see, we've got these guys coming in. This guy is actually going to be really, really tough for us to deal with because he has Guardian Empire Knights. These fellows are absolutely brutal. So yeah, this is going to be really, really harsh for us, actually. And wait a minute. So Julia, let me actually just have a quick look. Does she have... She has no persuasion or anything like that. There is someone that has a lot of persuasion and everything and would actually be a pretty good person to make into a steward here. But I can't remember who it is. I really cannot. Okay, well that's kind of bad, isn't it? Okay, well let's actually just speak to the minister and see what he actually allows us to do. Okay. Oh. Okay, hello. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're literally just going to become... we're going to follow the old kings of Pendor. That's what we're going to do. Because I am eventually, of course, going to be creating my own CKO. And that means that if I do that, well, I'm going to create my own... KO, technically, my own knighthood order, and we need Pendor culture. So I'm going to be making, following the old kings of Pendor right here. Alright, there we go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what is all this? Is this new? Or, I don't know. I will take the old king helm. There we go. Okay, I have no idea what any of that is, but I think we actually gained that last time, but I didn't really care about it or something. I'm not entirely sure. Let us hire a mercenary company. I can actually hire a mercenary company? That's actually hilarious. Okay, so we can hire a Jatu Warband or some Garlean slavers or a Red Brotherhood band. Or we can hire professionals for 15,000. Okay, I literally just did that randomly. I didn't actually mean to do that. That's great, isn't it? Okay, so technically what I can do now is I can actually create vassals too. So wait a minute. Who wait a minute. Oh, you got 200. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty nice. Look at that. There's 200 of them. I have a new task for you. Go to White Stag Castle. Can you go there? Can you go into the garrison? Oh, they went into the garrison. That's absolutely perfect. Look at that. They literally are in there right now. They are literally in the garrison. That's perfect. So that means that we're actually maybe going to be able to defend against the Empire, who are inevitably going to try and besiege us. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.